Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video where we're going to talk about the 45, 45, 90 triangle. So this is one of our two special right triangles. The other is the 30, 60, 90. And by special I mean that means the ratio of the side lengths in these triangles is always the same. So this is important because it lets us figure out the side lengths pretty quickly. And so for 45, 45, 90, the ratio is x to x square root of 2. And let's think about why the edges here are the same side length. So why is it x and x? Well, it's because both of the angle measurements are 45 degrees. If their opposite angles are congruent, then the side lengths have to be congruent as well. So that's why those are the same. Now let's do a Pythagorean theorem proof. So we know the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What this is going to help us with is just kind of help us understand why does this work. So why is this an okay way to do it? Well, if a is x, b is also x, and c is x squared root of 2. Be careful here. We have to put the entire value of c inside the parentheses here. So x times the square root of 2 squared. So x squared plus x squared. Pretty simple. I get 2x squared equals, and here I'd have to do x squared times the square root of 2 squared. And if you know, if you remember from a previous class probably, square root of 2 squared, that just cancels the square root of 2 in the square term. So we'll be left with just the 2x squared. And that's a check, so that works out. So that's why these work. So what you can do is if you know like one of these sides, you can then back out all the other sides if it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So it's a pretty cool thing, and it's practical because it helps speed processes up quite a bit. So let's look at an example. So we're looking for the last side length. We'll call this x or something. We'll call this y actually. So we're looking for y, and we're given that 4 and 4 are the two side lengths. Well, let's remember our ratio. It's x square root of 2, where the legs are the x. So now we know it's 4 and 4. So 4, 4. Well, the other one's just, so that means x equals 4, right? Because the side lengths are equal to x. And then the y must just be 4 square root of 2 because it's x square root of 2. So that's all it is. So pretty basic one there. All right, let's look at one more example here. So we're given a 45, 45, 90 triangle, but now we're given the hypotenuse is 12. And we need to be able to find the side lengths from this, the leg lengths. And we know they're going to be congruent, so we can draw these little dashes here to indicate that we know they're going to be the same. But how can we get to them from the knowing that the long side is 12? Let's write out our equation. So 12 equals x square root of 2, right? That's the formula for the long side. So somehow we have to get x by itself. I'm going to divide by the square root of 2. And I can't really simplify that, so 12 divided by square root of 2. And that's our answer. That's x. And remember that x is the side lengths of the other sides too. So this one's 12 divided by square root of 2, and this one is 12 divided by square root of 2. And that might seem weird, so we're actually going to check it here. So let's make sure with the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Another good thing about these problems is you can always check it with the Pythagorean theorem. I totally recommend you do that just because it makes it to where you have no doubt that you got it right. So let's try this here. So the legs are both 12 divided by square root of 2, squaring that, plus 12 divided by square root of 2, squaring that, equals 12 squared. Okay, so again, with 12 divided by square root of 2, remember the squared has to hit both sides, the top and the bottom. So it'll be 12 squared divided by square root of 2, quantity squared, plus 12 squared divided by square root of 2 again, quantity squared, equals 12 squared, which is just 144. So now I'm going to simplify everything in here. It'll be 144 divided by, remember the square root and the squared cancel, so it's just 2, plus 144 divided by 2 equals 144. And this is true because this becomes 72, and this becomes 72, and that adds up to 144. So that means we got it right when we said x is 12 divided by the square root of 2. So we're good to go. So that is the entire rule. That's the 45, 45, 90 triangles. One of the two special triangles where you really want to know the ratio. So this one is x times x and then x square root of 2. So x, and x square root of 2. So those are the three ratios here. Hopefully this helps out, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.